Yes, discover. Hey, what's up? What's up with you? How you doing? I'm out here in the morning, early in the morning. Got a lot of things to do, but before I get my day through, I just want to come out and conversate with you. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand that. We go through a lot of struggles, and there are all kind of makes. In life, and people forget that, and there are all type of stories that come to you depending upon where you've been and where you're going. If you even want to continue to go for success, a lot of people give up, but I'm telling you today, success, success is the number one thing that is going to take you further in life. Because when you think success, you just can't sit. You have to actually think and be smart about it. I actually did a personal survey, because you want to do surveys when you, either want to go in for like a business loan or something like that and have to do a business plan to turn one in. You can also do that in your business plan. And I did a personal survey in the community itself, and because people was like, testing you, so people don't understand that you could test them back, depending upon the purpose. So people were like saying things under their tongue, and like I said, when they were trying to pinch and started to do this, that's why I had to become vocal, because now you're at a different point, and I didn't put my hands up, but I let you know exactly how I felt. And you probably said it so low that others around didn't hear, but I heard, you know what I'm saying? And once you put something out in the universe, certain words, those words can somehow affect a person's success. It can slow a person down. And we go through that because those are the things that build you. Those are how the different stories are taught, especially when they become millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, you know what I'm saying? You have to get to a certain point of understanding. When we was going into the $1 trillion deficit of where we at, I was like, beforehand, years earlier, I was already doing my research on trillions and knowing that in certain countries we have trillionaires. Upon knowing those trillionaires and getting to know the fact, excuse me, I'm dry, but I got water today. I was looking at today. There you go. But once again, excuse me. And once again, this is not a learning channel that has professional credentials behind it or a financial one. However, through my experiences and through stories, actually talking to these people personally, and some of you probably end up meeting on my channel eventually. But however, it is important that you take in and understand the fact that we all are survivors, and in surviving, we begin to continue to go forward in that success mode. So don't give up on success, because the trials that we go through are very important, because you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know the competition, you know what I'm saying? And when you don't know the competition, you don't know the factors of what it's going to take for you to actually accomplish the goal that you want to reach, So, and that's where you have, I don't call them obstacles right now, because in the learning experiences, you understand there are levels, and in levels, there are certain characters that you're going to run into. And they're already there. And once you pass that level and that level and that level and on the level you want to be, you still have characters that want to block your success, the good thing, you're going to have a whole lot that is going to give you support. So that factor doesn't even matter, and it's going to be less than those who, actually don't give you the support. So it's very important that we all acknowledge and understanding that success is important. Once again, I was studying about trillions because I know what I wanted to be. And most of the people that are trillionaires, if you do your research, you will find out are people who have actually went and accomplished these goals. And in these goals, they were able to pinpoint and factor what is need to be done to go further, to accept the things that allow you to go to the point of success. Let's say, step one, you think of a plan. Quickly, we brainstorm. That's brainstorm through anything. Actually brainstorm. Pick up a business plan, a blank one. They have it free online. By the way, I'll have a link. And I know that I did the last video, I didn't put my link in, but I will put my link in today only because yesterday was full with a lot of gesture, a lot of adrenaline. And if you're paying attention to my videos, you know what that means. A lot of adrenaline. And in that adrenaline, the fact I knew I didn't do something that I always do that gets me in the mood to accomplish the goals that I need to accomplish. And once I was able to do that, now I'm able to get up and release a video to you, the video of success, the success that I had today and had. Which most likely is, first thing is being here in this spot, because I had a lot of learning experience here, when I left 3 houses down. And it's close to lunchtime, after lunchtime. I know it's a little busy on the block right now. What you can do is go to number two. Number two is find yourself an expert, an organization to learn that doesn't discriminate against whatever nationality, whatever gender you are, and begin to learn how to make the perfect plan. There's always a perfect plan. And with AI, it's even better. Why not use something that's going to help you? But listen, a lot of people are getting penalized, especially professionals, for using AI as a tool to help do work. And so think of that depending upon what business you're trying to venture or what you're trying to do professionally, because you hold professional hat, whatever you do, and all hats if you just do one, But like I said, you have to find yourself an expert. That's number two. So you can complete that plan and make it a perfect plan. And once you do that, the third is to find yourself a mentor. And that's where I'm at now. I am building myself to be a mentor by showing by action of what is possible if you stand in and understand why certain people, when they become at a certain level financially, it is overnight, and it takes them at a different ladder in which financially they can build. And when you build financially, you build yourself and you build the people that you love around you, So expect that it is better to give than not give. And that when you get your mentor and that mentor becomes to be at a better pace for you, because if you learn too fast, you may not get it in. Taking it slow will also allow you to take it in and also go through the experience. And as you learn, you use what you learn, But like I said beforehand, so when they talk about trillions, it doesn't mean anything to me because now I already know what it means because I already done my research and I know which professionals get there, or which CEOs get there. And it is important that why have trillions and not be a CEO? Doesn't make sense, But in that factor, we begin to build a better understanding of how we gain success. And success is granted to you. It is granted because you have taken the time and the energy. And I always get on that 3. Like I said, let's get it back to the survey. And you do a survey. You have to do a survey, especially when you're going to do your business and the people you're going to survey and the difference in the community. Because the community makes up everybody. But what is your cultures in the community, like the teens, the children, the skateboarders, if you really want to go deep. And what do? They provide for them and so on. And in that, and we have an area downtown, close to downtown, where most of the business people I know, they have a park that have skateboarding, all that craziness going on, that hoops and all that these guys can do, and you want to go through or even learn, you can do it. That is greater for the success of someone who is successful in understanding if they use that, because when we were at experiences different companies that allow us to venture into when they downtown and they venture together and they become a culture of selling out to the community and giving back. And we enjoyed that, and I was able to enjoy that. And there was some of these uniforms of businesses that support skaters, and people was able to skate. They were doing different things, physical things. They were doing non-physical things, So it is important that you understand the aspect of success.